All right, so we have a fresh scene here. We're going to look at a couple of more kind of traditional Nurbs modeling, which is like curve-based modeling. So let's see here. We're going to go to the front view. So this is another way to get to different cameras. Just hit spacebar front. We're going to go to our curve tool, CV curve tool, option box, linear. So going to be lines. All right, and so how it's going to work is we're going to make a profile that we're going to spin along this y-axis here. So we kind of don't really want to go past this point. So I'm just going to snap to curve a little bit. And then, if I want this to be perfectly straight, I can just scale it down there. All right, let's see what we got. Actually, myself a little nicer. Let's set this. Let's go to view, camera settings, camera tools, tumble tool. I want to lock this for now while I'm working. All right, perspective view. All right, so then we grab our curve, object mode, curve, rate. Then we go modeling, surfaces, revolve. And there's like lots and lots of different curve NURBS modeling we can do. We're just going to look at extrude is kind of similar to the sweep stuff we've been looking at. Revolve is the one we're going to do, and we'll also look at loft. And there we go. We have our cool pot, which is nice. So now we can make our own custom pots. And, there's still history on this, so I can, by altering this curve here, I can still control this pot. That nicer. All right, so let's go back to the front view for a second, and I'll just hide this for now. So I'm going to go, let's see here. Curve point, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some points at the corners and then rebuild this curve. And what that's going to do is that's going to add some bevels for me. That last one. All right, and then right click, insert knot. So now if we look at these CVs, there's going to be some detail at the corner. And now when I go curves, rebuild, same settings as before, uniform 0 to 1, we're going to keep all the CVs and we're going to transform it from linear to cubic. There we go. Third time's a charm. All right. Let's see here. Ooh, it looks like I might have missed one at the bottom. Let's just insert one more little one here so that my bottom is nice and straight. So, see it. Snap it, hit X, and it'll snap. Move it, it'll snap. Right to the grid. All right, so now turn this thing back on. Perspective view. We have a very nice mesh. And then the cool thing about Nurbs modeling is, oh, actually, you know what? It's not a mesh yet. It's a Nurbs object, which will render fine. Let's see here. Let's just add sky dome light. There we go. It'll render fine. But sometimes you want to mesh. So what you can do is you can either, when you're doing your revolve, when you first, here, let's just start over. You have kind of two options. You can make a Nurbs surface, which is what we looked at. So CAD programs like Rhino and AutoCAD, a lot of the programs that are going to make assets like sneakers and golf clubs and all that, cars are actually modeled using curves. This is like kind of a CAD program, and they're going to have these Nurbs type models, and then your job or somebody's job is to convert those into meshes with nice quad-based topology. So for us, we can either convert it to start with a Nurbs surface and then convert it to a mesh, or do that all at once. So if we want to do that all at once, we go to Modeling, Surfaces, Revolve, oopsie, Surfaces, Revolve Option. Here we go. And we can turn it into a polygon right from the get-go. And of course, we'd prefer quads. These are different ways of generating the quads, and then we do that. And let's see here. I'm not super crazy about this topology, so, well, let's see. One thing I'm noticing, oh no, it's okay, is this kind of funky mesh kind of thing. So we can change that in our Nurbs tessellate. So this is the node that's converting it from a Nurbs. It's still making a Nurbs surface. It's just doing the conversion. It's setting up the conversion right from the beginning. So let's see. We could do count. Yeah, I think count's what I'm gonna want to do. Just up it, or we can do fit general. Let's see what general does. There we go, general. You know, there's different. That's probably a little nicer because now it's giving us detail where there's detail in our original curve. That's the one I want. So per surface number of isoparm. And now we have this quite nice pot. And actually, you know, now that I'm doing this, it never ends. Vertex. Maybe let's make the lip a little smaller. Oh yeah, there's more to talk about. So another thing to look at is, or a nice thing about Nurbs modeling, is if we go to the UV editor for a second and we look at this mesh, it gives us perfect UVs. So if I hide this for a minute. And you know, they're stretched a little bit, but they're wrapping around the surface really nicely. This is super clean. So that's another kind of nice thing about this particular modeling device. All right.